Hey guys, so this past month was kind of another reading fail. I don't know what's going on. I think it's mostly just school, but in fact I know it's mostly just school, but I just haven't had the time that I normally have to read. And so I haven't gotten much done. Even though I had my spring break this month, I kind of just relaxed and didn't do much of anything, including reading, which is really sad because that was one of my main goals. But I really just needed the time to recuperate, and I'm glad that I had that opportunity. I've also registered for my summer classes, so I will be taking immigrant literature, a world lit survey class that I just need to graduate, and then the one I'm most excited about is I'm taking the magical world of Harry Potter, in which I will read all 7 Harry Potter books in about a month. So I'm really excited for that class. But yeah, so that's what I got going on in my life, and this is just my March wrap-up video. There's not much to wrap up, as you'll find out. So the first book that I was supposed to be reading in March was Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. As you can see, I'm only about a fourth of the way through it, and let me just go ahead and give you my excuse. I was bad. It was really, really bad. So the DVDs came out at the beginning of March, and I read about what the first episode aired. And then I watched the first episode, and I was like, I'll just keep reading while I'm watching. Well, no, that didn't happen. So then I watched the entire series, and it was just too much. Like, I kind of knew that it was going to be too much, but it was just way too much. So I set the book down for a little while. It was just emotionally draining. So I set the book down for a little while. I do intend to finish it, I just don't know when. And yeah, so I'm going to finish it, but right now I just need a little bit of a break. It's just too overwhelming, and plus the book is pretty much word for word like the show, at least from what I've read, and it was like, as soon as I watched the show, going back to reading the book was like, I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it was very repetitive, and so I'm just going to take a break, let the show kind of get out of my head for a little bit, and then I'll get back to reading the book. But yeah. The only real book that I read in March, like all the way through, just one, that's right, was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. And let me just tell you, this will make it even more of a pathetic month. I read this in one afternoon, in one sitting. I know, there are 31 days in March, and I read one book in one day. It's quite pathetic. But I absolutely love this book. I decided not to do a video on this, like a review video of this book, because everyone already has. And if you want to know my opinions, you can message me, email me, whatever. But I do give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Loved it. As you can tell, I read it in one sitting. And I don't typically do that. It's not my style. But yeah. And then I started one more book before the end of the month, but I'm just going to finish it today. So I'm going to count it in my April books, and it'll be, you know, in my April to be read pile, because I started it only the 30th of March, so. And that's Gil's All Fright Diner, written by Aly Martinez, the same person who wrote Divine Misfortune, and this is his debut novel, and I just wanted to read it, and I like it, and I'll probably do a video about it, but yeah, that's that. Those are all the books I read in March. It was quite sad, and yeah. I'm gonna turn this off now and do my April to be read, so I'll look exactly the same. Okay, see you later, guys.